the primary race for town supervisor in Princetown. Too close to call tonight, but one of the candidates is calling foul, saying a mailing sent to constituents yesterday on primary day, claiming to be from him, was actually fraudulent. Our investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey spoke with him today, and Jen, quite the saga going on here in Schenectady County, right?
Yeah, there sure is, Greg. Now, there are just 10 votes that separate two Republican candidates looking to be town supervisor in Princetown. These letters that I have right here, postmarked September 8th, arrived in mailboxes yesterday morning just before voters were heading to the polls. They claim to be from one of the candidates, but he says he didn't write them and nothing in the letter is true.
At first glance, you'd assume this letter comes from Bob Myers. His name is printed at the bottom. The return address on the envelope also claims to be from him. But once you start reading it, a few things seem odd. Would a man trying to win votes say, quote, "I do understand that I don't have a lot of experience with this type of work, but as an unemployed appliance repairman, I will have time to learn"? Or would someone who's campaigned on no town tax write, quote, "I have always been opposed to raising taxes and will continue to oppose them. However, it has been years since the supervisor and board members last received a pay raise. We believe a small town tax is needed to accomplish this."
I have no idea who did it, and I'm not casting any stones, but obviously it was somebody that wanted to see us go down.
Bob is a Republican councilman who has been endorsed by the Democratic Party for supervisor, but was fighting for the Republican line, too. His running mate, Lou Esposito, was also mentioned in the letter.
I couldn't believe it. I says, how can this be that someone would stoop this low to send out a fraudulent letter and have printed Bob's name on the bottom of it?
There is no plan for you to have a tax to pay for your salary or the council members?
None whatsoever.
All of our campaign literature said we will never support a town tax. I'll resign before I vote for a town tax.
Despite the timing of the mailing, both Bob and Lou are currently leading after last night's primary, but by less than a dozen votes, so the absentees will be in play. I spoke with the current town supervisor here in Princetown. He's the one who's actually running against Bob Myers in this primary, and he says the first he's ever heard of these letters were when I called him today. Mike Joyce says he has no idea who might have sent them. New York State Police are now looking into the matter.
When they find out who it is, I want to press charges. I feel that that letter was very defaming and discrediting myself.
Now, I also spoke with the Schenectady County Republican Committee chairman. He told me that he hadn't heard about this either until I called, but he did say that this has been a particularly aggressive season when it comes to these mailings. You know, you've done a lot of stories on these back and forth, and there were a number of other questionable ads going back and forth. In Princetown particularly, it's not a very huge town, but it's a very competitive town when it comes to these kind of elections.
And we still have plenty of political season left to go.
That's right. This is only the primary.
I know you'll stay on it. Thank you very much, Jen.